Hi friends, Gene Burnett here from GeneBurnett.com. Hey, this is going to be a short one. This is just something I want to advocate to any of you watching this, especially if you're a little bit older and you want to make sure that you don't hurt yourself unnecessarily. And it's so simple. Just pause before you act. Pause before you change. Pause before you move. And it's not a long pause. I'm not saying if I decide to get up and get a drink, I want to go, okay, I will transfer my weight to my... I don't mean going super slow. I just mean if I'm going to get up and reach for my guitar over here, that I don't just go. Because that is how you hurt yourself, especially as you get older. But even young people now are spending so much time sitting and they're so out of shape physically that a sudden turn... Just pause, center yourself for a second, and then go do the thing you have to do. It's just that simple. Just a little... like a beat. If you've been sitting for a while and you're going to get up, pause for a beat, then get up. If you're walking and you want to change direction, pause for a beat, then turn around and go back for the thing you forgot. It's the sudden turn, the sudden impulse that comes from the head that leads the body, but the center is slightly behind the head, or behind the head. Oh, wait a minute. I can't do this mirror stuff. But you launch in a certain direction, right? And your center may be behind you. I've seen many fails where people are sitting on a couch, they get up and start to go, and their foot catches something because they didn't pause for a moment, feel where they were, and then go. Just a second, just a beat. It was an impulse, and that impulse left their feet behind. And then that person runs 6 steps till they face plant in the kitchen. I'm not kidding. 6 steps. You can't stop. Once your center's out there, gravity is just merciless, just takes you down. So yeah, subscribe to Fail Army and watch people misdeal with gravity over and over again. So I learn a lot from those videos, seriously. And one of those things is pause for a beat, pause for a second, then go. And even in martial arts training, when we do some stuff where the pads that we're hitting are mobile, and you have to scoot your feet up to the next target and move. And we're not lunging outside of our circle of strength. It's all about keeping your sort of physical workbench right in front of you and bringing it to the target. So we do kind of a scooting step, and but you got to deliver a right, and maybe it's off your back leg, and maybe the next one is a left off your front leg, and maybe the next one is a right but moving back slightly. You know, all these different things. And you know, I'm not saying this is the best way to become a trained fighter. I'm talking about injury risk here. We have found that if you just take a beat, target, hit it, take a beat, target, hit it, instead of hurling yourself to one after the other, which increases your injury risk like crazy. And after a while, you can shorten that beat. But there's a moment of targeting, and then there's a firing, right? And if you skip over that moment of targeting and just impulsively go, often you're not bringing your good mechanics with you. So as a training device, we like to pause for a beat, hit, pause, punch, pause, punch. There's a great video out there of a guy who is a hot dog vendor, black guy, hot dog vendor. It looked like a beachy kind of LA kind of environment, and or boardwalk or something. And I think it was a drunk guy. He was just like yelling racial shit at this guy and provoking him and saying stuff. And the guy just comes out, walks away from his hot dog stand, which is his livelihood, and he just kind of is just, dude, you know, like just kind of keeping his distance and downplaying it, not firing. And then this guy, he just waits for this guy to get inside his wheelhouse. As soon as this guy gets inside his circle with his belligerent, he just boom, down. The guy literally just goes down, stays down, and he just gets up and goes back to his hot dog stand. And I was like, the patience of that guy, because he was getting harassed, and the guy was looking violent, and but he wasn't in range, and he just waited till he got in range. That's I like that kind of patience, and we're just reducing that down to one beat and then go, and to be sure that you have your target in range and everything. So that's a more martial application, but daily life application. Don't get up suddenly. Don't launch out of your chair to get something. It's hard to do because we do this so reflexively, especially when we're young. But as we get older, and I'm 65, I just started training this in. Take a beat, then go. And you bring your whole self with you instead of launching from your head. So safety tip from GeneBurnett.com. Thanks for watching, And always appreciate positive comments, and especially if the comment is that this was helpful in some way. You take it easy.